Hi everyone, today we have a look at the sci-fi movie Beautiful Creatures. Ethan had always seen the same woman in his dreams for many months. Just when he got closer to the woman under the tree, they will all die by accident. But even so, he still does not change his heart, secretly loved this woman. And since my mother died, Ethan's father never walked out the door. So Ethan has just been in high school, had to take on the responsibility of taking care of his father. Every time he wakes up from a nightmare, he's also out for a run. But one day after the night was finished, suddenly he heard a woman's call. Ethan immediately stood up and picked up a beautiful pendant from the nearby ruins. The next day, after Ethan greeted Aunt Emma, the person who was kind enough to come home to help, then he went to school with his best friend Wesley. On the way to school, he heard that the strange Ravenwood family had a newcomer. And just went to school. Ethan is attracted to new classmate Lena, because Lena is exactly like the woman in his dreams. On the drive home, he ran into Lena in heavy rain. Her car broke down and was trying to hitchhike. Ethan immediately invited Lena into the car and drove her back to the Ravenwood family mansion. And since Lena came to town, every night thunder hits the big tree of Ethan's dream. Because of this strange phenomenon, the small-town devotees claim that the Ravenwoods are heretics that worship the devil. As a result, Lena was boycotted by a number of girls in the school.
小题大做
Claire and the others even tortured innocent Lena by reading the Bible in the teacher's class. Lena, being mocked, relentlessly suppressed the anger inside. But what surprises everyone is, the classroom's glass window suddenly crumbled and scratched Claire and the others. After school, Ethan worries about Lena. So I went to the old mansion alone, but when he pushed the door open to find out, the interior is beautifully decorated, and because Lena is not in the house, Ethan then left the mansion, found Lena sitting in the garden. After talking to Lena, he saw Macon Ravenwood, who had never stepped out the door before. The opponent enthusiastically invited Ethan into the house for tea. Ethan stepped in without a doubt and had a chat with Macon. But don't know why, when Macon asked about his plans for the future. But under a certain mystical force, he has set a tragic life plan. Ethan realized something was wrong, immediately got up and said goodbye and left, and Lena was also warned by her uncle. Sadly returned to his room. But Ethan gradually calms down, not just quickly getting back, also intending to give the pendant that I previously picked up to give to Lena. And the coincidence is, unexpectedly the time engraved on the pendant was Lena's birthday. At first, Ethan thought it was some coincidence. He one side tells Lena about her dream. One side expressed their thoughts to Lena. But the moment both touched the pendant at the same time, then all of a sudden I saw a strange hallucination, and when Ethan woke up, then he went back to his bedroom. He immediately asked Aunt Emma how he was getting back. But Emma warned him, don't get too close to the Ravenwood family, even after seeing the pendant. Also asked him to throw the pendant back into the ruins. Remember that I have never revealed the origin of a pendant before. Ethan felt even more suspicious, so he went to Ravenwood's mansion again. But he quickly found out, seemed to be trapped in the front walkway, and saw another Ethan walking towards him. Frightened, he rushed forward. The result was suddenly black vines sprouting out of the tight face around him. Fortunately, Lena appeared in time. He was not injured. After following Lena into the house, Ethan found out Ravenwood is actually a magical family. What Ethan met outside the house just now was a barrier created by Macon and broken glass in the classroom. It was also an accident caused by Lena losing control. At first Lena thought Ethan would hate her, but Ethan was overjoyed.
山田花子です
When I got to know Lena was deeply touched and said it frankly. She also dreamed of Ethan in her dreams, and has liked Ethan for a long time. After the two confided to each other, the distance between the two was closer than a step. But when they were away not long, Macon went to Ethan's Aunt Emma. Hope she helps me make a prediction. It turns out Emma is a prophet. Ever since Lena arrived, she felt the power of darkness rising. Macon immediately guessed this dark power was his sister Sophie, and believed that magic pendant appears in the ruins. It is Sophie's masterpiece. Emma immediately summoned her ancestors during the ceremony, but she didn't get a definite answer. Nightfall. Lena's cousin, Ridley, also drove a sports car into town. Because she was speeding, she was chased by the police. But she quickly used black magic to handle the police. And now Ethan is dating Lena in the woods. Initially he intended to take Lena high and fly away, but Lena told Ethan, when the 16th birthday comes, she will be motivated by her nature. Make a final choice. Become a witch of light or a witch of darkness. On the other side, Wesley's mother Mavis at the same time are also followers of Christianity, inciting church members to expel Lena. But her speech was interrupted by Macon's sudden arrival, because the Ravenwood family built a small town Gatlin. Therefore, Macon knows many secrets that the church faithful do not know. Use these witnesses. Macon unilaterally persuaded everyone to agree to let Lena continue going to school, but when he was about to leave, then suddenly Sophie merged into the body of Mavis appeared, and explained my intention to come here to my brother. Turns out to be Lena's 16th birthday. It will be the strongest winter solstice day in 5,000 years. Therefore, Lena will definitely become the strongest witch ever. And according to the rules of the magical world, witches forbid love with humans. Sophie firmly believed Lena, having trouble falling in love, will fall into darkness. Ambitious Sophie did not want to live in hiding anymore. She wants to use Lena's power to destroy humans, let the witches completely take over the world. And this will be done with the help of a curse. On the other side, Ridley, Lena's cousin, suddenly found Ethan and arbitrarily brought him. A family gathering was organized by the Ravenwood family. Ridley did not invite, completely turned into a dark witch. Under her control, Ethan loses the ability to move. Lena felt very angry, and then immediately forcefully kicked Ridley out of the dining room table, and Ethan after waking up. Lena tells Ethan about Ridley's past. Ridley was also a girl before, bright and cute in Lena's eyes. But when the 16th birthday comes, she was instinctively brought into the dark. So Lena is worried that she will follow the trail of her cousin's fallen car. And to comfort Lena, Ethan led her to the cinema to relax. But while watching a movie, Lena saw the pendant in Ethan's pocket. She gripped the pendant tightly with Ethan once more, and read all the memories sealed in the pendant. His memory belongs to a couple. Do not want to be mentioned by people. Genevieve himself is the ancestor of Lena, because to save the dead lover. Also the ancestors of Ethan should have used the forbidden spell. Although the lover has been revived by the spell, but Genevieve also so fell into darkness. Losing her reason, she killed her lover. Sophie, Lena's mother, through this historical passage offers an invitation to Lena. And when the two of them learned of the story of the memory, they rush to find Macon, hope he speaks out the hidden truth. It turned out that Genevieve was the strongest dark witch ever. Lena's mother Sophie also inherited her talent. So in Macon's point of view, the love between witches and mortals certainly doesn't end well. So he just had to forcefully separate Lena from Ethan. But Ethan was alone at home, very quickly met Mavis possessed by Sophie. Fortunately, Lena created a barrier for the house. Ethan was new when Sophie locked it up. Hurry to drive to Macon's mansion. Now to prevent Lena from losing control, everyone is working together to do magic. But what surprised them is, Ethan has a firm will, having pierced the defenses with ease, and pulled Lena, which was a bit of a mental breakdown, back to reality. Ethan's steadfastness gave Lena the confidence to overcome the darkness. The two of them turned to Emma. Ask about ways to break the curse. Emma was dear a prophet who brought them both to a secret room. And in that was the witch's library that she had always been keeping. Follow Emma's instructions. Lena saw the moon book, the most powerful in the wizarding world. For only the chosen ones. New content can be seen on a blank sheet of paper. Lena began to mumble reading. But after studying for a few weeks, she still couldn't figure out a way to break the curse yet. Fortunately, it was under Ethan's encouragement, she just regained the strength in her heart. Just not long after, Lena has found a way to break the curse. And this method also makes Lena fall into extreme suffering. It turned out that she, Genevieve, used forbidden magic to revive a lover. So Lena wants to break the curse. Then you must sacrifice your lover. And after crying with Emma, Lena made the final decision. First of all, she cheated on Ethan and pretend everything went well. She then fulfilled Ethan's wish to see snow. After completing these, she erased all of Ethan's memories regarding her. The next morning, Ethan woke up from bed and felt more comfortable than ever. And when Emma asked about Lena, then found out he completely did not remember anything about Lena. This made Emma immediately understand Lena's misery. After that, the town of Gatlin started an annual event. It was to commemorate the victory of the American Civil War on the winter solstice, and all residents of town must wear military uniforms. Recreate the scene from that era. And Sophie was about to borrow this festival to reactivate the curse that Lena wants to change. First she sent Ridley to seduce Ethan's best friend, then hid a bullet in his hand. On the day the festival takes place, Ethan put on his clothes and went out. And Lena dressed well with her family, prepared to welcome her 16th birthday. But it was at this moment that Ethan was under the urging of his best friend, play a game of shooting each other. It's just that Ethan doesn't know, the bullet in your best friend's gun is the real one. He also immediately fell into a pool of blood, and when he fell, Lena suddenly felt heartbreak. She ignored the family's objection, immediately seek out her unconscious lover. Under the urging of her cousin and mother, Lena arose a great resentment towards Wesley. According to the increasing power, Lena fell into darkness and slowly lost control. A terrible tornado suddenly surfaced in the town. Innocent people can only flee in disaster. But just as Lena was about to destroy the town, Ethan lying on the ground suddenly turned into his uncle Macon. Turns out to break the curse. Macon deliberately disguised as Ethan, seeing you gave your life for yourself. Lena finally stopped the transformation. She stopped destroying the town. Then go back into the life. At this point, she has surpassed all witches in the past. The powers of darkness and light coexist, also made her stop like Almighty. At first the mother thought that the moon appeared. Metabolism of Lena has been determined, but in the shocked eyes of her mother and cousin, Lena hit the moon in the sky. Then she slapped a few of her cousins' faces and knocked her out of Mevis and sealed her. After finishing these matters, Lena is back to normal. And a year later Ethan also entered a university in New York. At first she thought the two would never meet again. But when the same scene appeared again, Ethan suddenly remembered everything. He immediately shouted Lena's name. And the voice of the lover also entered Lena's long-awaited heart once again. Okay, let's talk here today. If you like my video, my name is Boom Review. We will see you later.